Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the post notification bell as well. If you have been watching my tutorials, welcome back to another video. I appreciate your support. So today I'll be teaching you how to make the halter bralette, and I call it the pineapple halter bralette because of the details with it. So I made 2 bra cups and I have a separate tutorial for it. So if you don't know how to make bra cups, the link for the tutorial will be in the description box. Go ahead and go and watch, and then you can continue for there. So then I'm going to make the down parts, and I've already made a slip knot, and I'm going to chain 18 for a size small to medium. So depending on the measurement of your waist area, that is when you determine the chains to make. So after chaining 18 for a size small to medium, I'm going to attach the chain to the bralette as seen. So I'm just going to single crochet or make the single crochet stitch as seen, and then a single crochet is inserting the hook into the space, pull through, becomes 2 on the hook, and then pull through all 2 loops. So this is a basic single crochet for beginners, and if you are not really conversant with the single crochet stitch, there are several tutorials to make you more conversant with it. But for now, we are going to clean up the bases for the bralette in order to continue with the design for the down aspect. So go ahead, single crochet all the way to you get to the end of the bralette. So when you are done cleaning up the bases with a single crochet, you are going to take the next bralette and you are going to chain up 5. So after chaining up 5, you are going to take your other bra cup, and then you are going to join with a simple single crochet stitch, and then you are going to continue with single crochet in each space you find for the bralette to clean up the bases as seen. So go ahead, single crochet all the way down to the end of the bralette, and I'll tell you what to do next. So when you get to the end, you are going to make a similar 18 chains as we chained for the beginning of the base formation. So I'm going to chain up 18, and then you are going to chain up an additional 1 again, making 19, because you are going to turn over your work to work down the for the design you are going to make. So go ahead, chain up 1 as seen, and then single crochet in each stitch, the next stitch, and then all the chain spaces after, including the bases as well to the other parts. So go ahead, put a single crochet stitch in each space you find, including where the bra cups, where you clean the bases for the bra cups as well. Do the same for the middle as well, and make sure you put a single crochet in each space for the base to form up well, and then you can go ahead and get ready for the shell design for the base of the top. So we are done with our second row of single crochets, and we are going to move ahead to the next row. So to begin, you chain up 3 and double crochet into the next stitch. So we are going to chain up 1 and then double crochet in the same stitch. So what you are basically doing is creating a part for the shell design stitch for the base. So after that, you are going to chain up 3 and double crochet into the 4th space. So you skip 3 spaces and then you double crochet into the 4th space, and then you chain 1 and double crochet inside the same space again, and we are creating the pots nicely. So do this: chain 3, double crochet, skip 3 spaces, double crochet into the 4th space, and then you chain 1 after, and then double crochet into the same space, and we are creating the pod nicely for the next row. So it's just some nice design for the base of. So just do this for the whole row to the end, and I'll meet you. So at the end, we are going to skip 4 chains, double crochet into the, skip 3 chains, double crochet into the 4th, chain 1, double crochet into the 4th chain, and then put your last double crochet in the last space to keep a clean edging and to prevent slanting of the work. So next we are going to turn over, chain up 3 to begin the next row, and we are going to double crochet 5 times into the pod you created just now. So you go inside the space, put in 5 double crochet inside the same space, and I call this the shell design. So create shell designs inside a space by double crocheting 5 times, and you have this beautiful design. Next, you are going to chain up 3. So go ahead, chain up 1, 2, 3, and then go into the space and put 5 double crochets into the same space. This is basically repetitive for this particular row and the rows after. So just repeat this, and I'll meet you. So we are going to repeat this 5 double crochet in the spaces till the end of the row, and then I'll meet you. So I'm done with this particular row, and as I told you, the next row is going to be the same row we made for the second row when it comes to creating the pots. So we are going to grab, we are not going to cut off, we are just going to grab your yarn, and you are going to continue to make the design as long as you want, or as long as you want for the coverage. So you are going to chain up 3 as usual, turn over your work, locate the 3rd double crochet on the stitch, and that 3rd double crochet, that's where you are going to put 5 double crochets on top of the 3rd double crochet. So you are going to put 5 double crochets in the same space, or the 3rd space, and you are going to still have this design. So next, you are going to chain 3 as usual, locate the 3rd double crochet on the shell, put 5 double crochet in the same space, and this is basically repetitive for the rest of the rows, for how many rows you want for the coverage of the down aspect. So for me, I made 5 more, or no, I made 4 more rows for mine. It just depends on what you want. You have the right to do whatever you want to do with your top. So do this, and I'll meet you. So I did 5 more rows, so making 6 in total. So I'm going to cut off, and then we are going to begin with the difficult aspect, which comes with the halter, pineapple halter design from the beginning of the video. So I want you to pay close attention to this aspect, because it's going to get complicated and everyone has his or her way of doing it, and I improvised my own way. So first of all, you are going to attach the yarn into the fit space from the base, from the sides there, and I hope you are seeing this clearly. So you are going to attach the yarn simply by how I did, and you are going to chain up you are going to chain up 3 instead, and then you are going to double crochet into the next space 2 times. So put 2 double crochet into the next space, into the same space 2 times, and then you are going to chain 1, double crochet in the same space again. So you have this, and this time I'm going to count 1 2 3 to where the bra cup is actually, and then you are going to slip stitch to join to where the bra cup is. So you are basically designing your top close to the bra cup. Next you are going to chain up 3 and count 3 and slip stitch into the third space. You turn your work, you chain up 3 again, 1 2 3, and then we are going to double crochet 2 times into the chain 1 space. So double crochet 2 times, chain 1 once again, so chain 1, double crochet 2 times inside the same space. So next we are going to chain 1 and then double crochet into the very last chain 3 space you made from the previous row. So you're basically designing your halter from here. So next I'm going to chain up 3 once again. Sometimes I miss it and I make it 2, but make sure it's 3 always. Go into the chain 1 space, put 2 double crochets in the chain 1 space, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the same chain 1 space. So after doing this time, what you're going to do is to double crochet on where you slip stitched with a chain 3. So double crochet in that space, and then this time we are going to count after double crochet you are going to count 3 from where the bralette is, and you are going to slip stitch to join, and we are not done. We are going to chain up another 3 again, and then you are going to slip stitch into the third space as seen, 1 2 3. So slip stitch into the third space, turn over, and now you are going to chain up another 3 again, 1 2 3, and then you are going to double crochet in the chain 1 space. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, just repetitive. It's just repetitive, and you are going to chain 1 and double crochet in the very last space, and this is repetitive till you get to the peak or the midpoint of the bralette. So I just don't want to confuse you. I want to go in step by step. So next I'm going to chain 3, double crochet into the chain 1 space 2 times, chain 1, double crochet 2 inside the same space. Pretty repetitive, right? So I'm just going step by step with you so you don't get confused on this journey. So I want you to observe very well. This time what are you going to do? You are going to chain 3, double crochet into where you slip stitched, and then you are going to count 3 from where the bralette is and connect again by slip stitching, and this time you are going to chain up 3 again and then slip stitch into the third space once again. And after doing this, you are going to chain up 3, double crochet 2 times, chain 1, double crochet 2 times in the chain 1 space from the previous row. So with this time you can just go ahead and observe, and I'll meet you. So guys, getting to the end, this is how you are going to slip stitch to join to the midpoint after making a regular double crochet from the chain 3, and then you slip stitch. So this is what you are going to have, and I'm going to repeat the same for the other side too. So this is the right side. I'm going to repeat the same for the left hand side, and then I'm going to proceed in teaching you the middle part. So I'm done with both, as you can see, and I'm now going to concentrate on teaching you the middle side, which is a little bit complicated, but if you grab it, you are going to be a pro in this method. So next, you are going to attach to the right side of the bra cap as seen. So you count 3 to the top, attach as seen, and then you are going to just double crochet into the very middle of the chain 5 you made from the when we were designing the down aspect. So this time I'm going to put 3 double crochet in the same space instead of 2. Chain 1 and then 3 double crochet in the same space once again. So the side was 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, but this is 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. So this time I'm going to count 3 again, and then you are going to slip stitch to the left hand bra cap to make it even to the right hand, and you are going to have this middle shell design nicely created in the very middle. So next you are going to chain up 1, 2, 3, and then you are going to slip stitch into the third space from the hook. From to the third space of the bra cap. You are going to turn over your work, chain up 3 once again, double crochet into the chain 1 space 3 times, chain 1, double crochet 3 times. So yeah, I missed this. I made 2 double crochets instead of 3. I make sure it's 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochet inside the chain 1 space. So we are going to have this beautiful part, and yes, so go ahead, chain 3, and this time I'm going to double crochet from where you slip stitched. So put in a double crochet from where you slip stitched, and then count 3 and slip stitch to join, and you have this. Chain 3 again, and then slip stitch to the third space once again, and you have this beautiful design. So next we are going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to put 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the same space. Pretty repetitive, you know guys, this is repetitive, and some people just get confused, so I just want to go in step by step with you guys, because it's beginner, and anyone who hasn't even crocheted can do this project if you really watched or mastered this tutorial. So next I'm going to chain up 3 again, once again, and double crochet into where you slip stitched from the previous row, and then count 3 and slip stitch into the third space, and chain 3 once again and slip stitch into the third space once again from the left hand bra cap. So you are going to flip your work, and this time you are going to chain up 3 again. So after chaining up 3, you are going to double crochet 3, chain 1, double crochet 3 once again in the same chain 1 space from the previous row. Pretty repetitive, guys. So you are going to chain up 3, double crochet from where you slip stitched, and you know what is going next. You are going to slip stitch into the third space, chain up 3 once again, slip stitch into the third space. This is repetitive, guys. I'm going to leave you to observe from this section to the midpoint of the bra cap, where we are going to continue with the halter design. So I'm not going to do much talking, just observe, and then after you are done, I'll continue with what you're supposed to do next. So the top is forming, but this time you are going to make a little change. So after chaining up 3, you are going to double crochet 3 times, chain 1, double crochet 3 times. So yes, go ahead, double crochet 3 times like this, chain 1, double crochet 3 times, 1, 2, 3. So this time I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to chain 1 again and put 3 double crochets inside the same space. The previous ones are double crochet 3, chain 1, double crochet 3, but this time I'm going to do it 3 times. So you are going to have these 3 arch. Next, you are going to chain up 3 as usual, double crochet from where you slip stitched, and then slip stitch into the 3rd space once again to join, chain 3, and then slip stitch into the 3rd space once again, and then you turn over your work. What you are going to do is chain up 3 into the first chain 1, double crochet 3, chain 1, double crochet 3 inside the same chain 1, the first chain 1. So do this, guys. This is where it gets complicated, so just observe. So after doing this, you are going to jump right into the next chain 1 space and do the same thing again, double crochet 3, chain 1, double crochet 3 in the same space. Sorry for the background noises. I couldn't control it. So yeah, chain 3 again, double crochet into the space, and then slip stitch into the 3rd space, chain 3 once again, slip stitch into the 3rd space. I get into the midpoint, guys, of the bralette, and that's where you are going to end and then reattach. So next I'm going to chain up 3, continue usually. This time the first space, 3 double crochets, chain 3 sorry, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Oh my god, I'm tired. So this time you see that little space over there, I hope you can see. You are going to put 8 double crochets in the space, or you can just make a double crochet, chain 2 double crochet. So I'll just go with the method of putting 8 double crochets inside the same space, and then I'll just continue with my work. But some other people do just a double crochet, chain 2 and a double crochet to create an arch for the 8 double crochets, but I just go ahead and put 8 double crochets directly in the same space. So do this, guys, if you want it simple like mine. So next we are going to move into the chain 1 space once again, put 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the same space, and you know after doing this you know what's going to happen next. We are going to chain up 3. After doing this, you are going to chain up 3 double crochet from where you slip stitched in that same space from where you slip stitched from the previous row. Count to the 3rd space, and it was actually 4, but don't worry, just count to the 3rd space, chain 3, and then it's left with 2. Just slip stitch to join. So nobody is perfect. Your bra cups differ, so you might have different or uneven chains. It doesn't matter, you just have to maneuver your way through this whole thing. There's no specific formula. Everyone has his or her measurement. So I'm just going to cut off the yarn, and I'm going to weave in the excess yarns later. You already know. I'm going to reattach to the right. Is it right or left? It's the right hand side, and then I already chained 3 to begin, so I'm going to continue. So next I'm going to put in 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the arch. I don't know how to call it, in the shell design. So next I'm going to skip this whole space, just move, chain one, and then just move to the next shell design, put in 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the chain 1 space. So next I'm going to I'm going to continue with this by chaining up to, no, I'm going straight into it, but you can chain up to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on top, chain 1, double crochet. So this time we are going to put a double crochet with chain 1 spaces in between. For the pineapple design, we are just basically forming the pineapple design. That's why I call it the pineapple halter. So we are forming it. So the same 8 double crochets we did from the previous row, we are doing the same thing, except that there are chain 1 spaces in between. So it's still 8 double crochets, except that this time it's chain 1 spaces. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 to the end, or the very last double crochet you make, and I'm done with mine. So this is what I have basically. You can see the pineapple forming. So next I'm going to move straight ahead into the next space and then put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same space. So next we are going to chain up 1 as usual, skip the whole space, that large space, and then we are going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same space. So I'm almost done with this row, and we are going to just double crochet in the last space right there, and you have your halter design. So the next row comprises of the same thing, and except that the middle has a different design to it. So I'm going to show you what to do next. And to begin the next row, we are going to chain up 3 as usual. So go ahead, chain up 3, turn over your work, and then we are going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets as usual in the same space. So after doing this, we are going to move into the next shell design, put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets inside the same space. So we are now left with the pineapple design, and we are going to chain 2 this time, single crochet in the space, chain 3, move to the next chain 1 space and single crochet into it, chain 3, move to this next chain 1 space, single crochet. So this is basically what you're going to do: chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, till you get to the very last chain 1 space where you are going to put your chain 3 single crochet inside. So this is pretty repetitive, and just follow the lead. So we are done with this aspect, and what we are going to do is to chain 2, put 2 double crochets into the chain 1 in the middle of the shell design, chain 1, 2 double crochet as seen. Nothing different, it's the same thing except the middle design. So next we are going to do the same as you did from the beginning of the row, and we are going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then we are going to put the very last double crochet at the end of the row so that your works keep on forming nicely. So do that. So yes guys, the following rows you are going to make is going to be repetitive. The middle design keeps closing as you go on with the several rows, so we are going to repeat this particular repetitive row I just showed you till it closes up. So I'm going to give you a demonstration. So we are going to chain up 3 as usual, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochet into the middle shell design, and then after doing this I'm going to move into the next. Again, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets inside the same space, and then we are going to move into the next chain 3 space from the previous row, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. So what's basically happening is that it's closing up, and that is the effect you have to get with your pineapple design. So the previous one we did was 8, it will move on to 7, and then to 6, and then to 5, 4, it keeps closing up, the arches keep closing up. So next we are going to chain up to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the middle of the shell as usual, and then we are going to do the same thing for the last shell as well, and then we are going to put a last double crochet in the last space too, as seen, just like that. So guys, the rest of the rows you have to figure your way through because it's pretty repetitive. Just make sure your arches keep reducing. If you have any issues, just unravel and make sure your arches decrease to create the pineapple design. But the rest of the rows is going to be pretty repetitive till the end. Yes, so do this and I'll meet you. So my arches finally closed up, and this is the effect I have. I now have only one single arch at the very top, and you can already see the pineapple design in the middle of the halter brallet. So yeah, this is the effect you're supposed to have. So I'm going to show you what to do next. Next I'm going to chain up to put in 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the very first shell as usual. Going to the next space, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in this middle of the shell design. So in the middle of the shell. So you see the single arch left. This time we're going to go right into it. Put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same arch. And then we are going to move to the next, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the chain 1 space from the shell or the middle of the shell. So you're going to put your final 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then you end with a double crochet in the last space. So on top of that chain 3, you put a double crochet on it, and you are finally done. So what you are going to do next is to create your straps, very very long, for it to do the crisscross design for the back aspect as seen from the beginning of the video. So I've made a whole lot of colors with this top. I made several colors, and if you want to order, my Instagram is there. You can just DM me for a custom made order if you are not if you don't want to do this tedious process. So yeah, I just chained 250 for my straps, and it's advisable that you single crochet back on the straps to make it thicker, but I was so lazy to do that as usual. So these are the straps. You just have to weave in the ends as well to make your work look extra nice. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below for more tutorials. I upload very often, and I use 100 grams yarn and there was still left, so you can actually do 2 for this project. Thank you so much for watching once again. Bye bye.